All right, let's just dive right into this explainer. I want you to imagine something for a second. How would it feel if your life changed completely, and I mean literally completely, in just the next 7 days? You'd probably feel a whole lot more confident, right? You'd feel incredibly powerful. Well, if you give this explainer 100% of your focus for the next few minutes, that is exactly what you're going to experience. We're going to walk through a guaranteed step-by-step roadmap to entirely transform your life, no matter how unfocused or stuck you might be feeling right now. So block out the distractions because the next few minutes could seriously redefine the next 70 years of your life.
And let's be totally honest about why we're here. We all know that incredibly frustrating feeling. You want to do great things, you've got these massive ambitions, but day after day, you just find yourself held back. You're held back by a complete lack of focus, zero self-control, and ultimately this kind of fading sense of self-respect. You find yourself constantly losing battles to your own bad habits. You don't feel like you stand out in a crowd, and worse, you just don't feel powerful enough to actually execute the things you want to do. It's a painful cycle. But the really good news, whatever hasn't happened for you yet is about to happen right now.
So to fix this, we're going to follow a rigorous 5-step challenge. We'll start with a screen time detox, then move into mastering self-control, owning your time, stopping overthinking, and finally unlocking the power of mindfulness. Let's start right at the foundation with Step 1, Screen Time Detox. It's time to turn the phone off.
Seriously, think about it for a sec. What's the very first thing you touch when you wake up in the morning? It's your phone. And what's the last thing you look at before you close your eyes? Yep, your phone. Now, these things were originally designed with the intention of making our lives better and keeping us connected, but look at the actual result. Staring at a glowing rectangle for literally half your day is the exact reason your sleep quality is completely tanking. It's the reason you've got constant headaches, low energy, and just feel lethargic all the time. But most importantly, it's the root cause of why you can't focus on a single task for more than 15 minutes anymore. Your brain is just fried from the constant, never-ending stimulation.
Here's a pretty shocking reality about today's world. If you simply abandon your smartphone for the next 7 days, like actually turn off the screen and walk away, you will instantly put yourself ahead of 95% of the population. No joke. Your concentration will skyrocket, your physical and mental health are going to improve, and your mood will finally stabilize. Just 7 days off the screen. That's it.
Which brings us right to Step 2, master self-control, specifically by practicing NoFap.
Look, I know there are absolutely endless debates online about whether NoFap is a myth, whether it's healthy, all of that. But we're not here to debate those myths today. We're looking at this as the absolute ultimate test to regain your lost self-discipline. You see, when you're constantly giving in to your impulses, you lose the ability to steer your own life. By avoiding porn and masturbation completely for just the next 7 days, you're actively choosing to purge the mental garbage that's just been accumulating in your mind. It's really about learning to say a hard no to an intense urge. Every single time you resist that impulse over the next week, you're racking up a massive mental victory. You're relearning how to actually win against your own mind, and that is absolutely essential for true self-discipline.
Once you've got that self-discipline, you need to actually apply it. That's Step 3, own your time. Stop blaming the clock.
How often do you hear someone say, or maybe you've even said it yourself, "Oh, I'm just going through a bad time right now"? Well, here's the truth. Time is totally identical for every single human being on Earth. The clock ticks at the exact same speed for the billionaire as it does for the ultimate procrastinator. Time isn't bad, your management of it is. Your life is entirely made up of the choices you make. Every single hour, you've got a choice. Are you doing what is absolutely necessary, the hard work that actively builds your life? Or are you doing what gives you instant joy, that easy distraction that's slowly ruining your life? The harsh reality of constantly choosing instant gratification is severe, guys. It's the reason a student fails their exams, it's why an employee gets fired, and it's exactly why someone loses the respect of their family. You have got to start listening to your brain over your heart. To actually execute this, you need to take absolute control by building a very strict 24-hour routine. You need to map out exactly when you wake up, when you study, when you work, and when you sleep. But I want you to look closely at the very beginning of this timeline, those first 4 hours right after you wake up. That is your ultimate focus zone. This is literally the most critical part of your entire day. Whether you're feeling motivated or not, you must pour all your deep, uninterrupted focus into those first 4 hours. Master your time, and I promise you, you master your life.
Now we have to tackle the silent killer of progress. Step 4. Stop overthinking now. The golden rule, don't think, just do. Overthinking is just an incredibly destructive habit, and it actively opposes any positive change you try to make in your life. People think and plan endlessly, right? But then they execute absolutely nothing. This constant mental looping completely drains your motivation, and it's a super fast track to feeling anxious and deeply depressed. To put it into perspective, imagine you're holding a heavy glass of water right out in front of you. If you hold it for 1 minute, it's totally fine. You barely even feel it. But if you hold that exact same glass for a full 24 hours, your arm is going to be in agonizing, unbearable pain. Now, the actual weight of the water never changed at all, but the duration you held onto it made it impossibly heavy. Overthinking a problem works the exact same way. Thinking about an issue for a minute is fine, but holding on to that thought all day long exhausts your brain without ever actually solving the problem.
So, how do we finally put down the glass? We use a highly practical tool to defeat this mental exhaustion, Mel Robbins' famous 5-second rule. This is a brilliant behavioral technique designed to literally interrupt your brain's overthinking cycle and force you into immediate action, way before your mind has the chance to talk you out of it.
Here's exactly how you execute it. 5. You catch yourself right in the act of overthinking. 4. You consciously interrupt that thought. 3. Start counting down mentally in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2. Right at the end of the countdown, say to yourself, don't think, just do. And 1. Take immediate physical action. Go right back to your work. Keep yourself so insanely busy that you leave absolutely zero empty room in your mind for these useless thoughts to even breed.
Let's move to our final and, honestly, perhaps most vital step. Step 5. The power of mindfulness. Become thoughtless. Now, while staying busy helps you avoid overthinking in the short term, mindfulness and daily meditation represent the ultimate permanent cure for the disease of overthinking. And there is hard scientific proof that backs this up. A renowned Harvard MRI study actually tracked participants undergoing an 8-week mindfulness course, and what they found was wild. They found literal physical changes in the human brain. The gray matter area that's responsible for empathy and self-awareness, it actually increased in size. And incredibly, the area of the brain responsible for processing stress and negativity physically shrank. Daily meditation literally alters your brain structure, making you mentally invincible against stress.
All right, let's wrap this all together. Here is your exact action plan. For the next 7 days, you are going to turn off your screens to reclaim your focus. Practice intense self-control by avoiding cheap dopamine. Manage your 24 hours strictly, prioritizing that absolute powerhouse 4-hour morning focus zone. Stop overthinking by using the 5-second rule. And meditate daily to permanently rewire your brain for peace. If you follow these 5 steps consistently over the next week, your transformation isn't just likely, it is literally guaranteed.
We've laid out the entire roadmap. You know exactly what's been holding you back, and you now have the exact 5 tools you need to break those chains. The only variable left in this equation is you. So, are you going to keep holding that heavy glass of water, just letting the days slip by while you endlessly stare at a screen? Or are you going to finally put it down, take control of your time, and build the life you know you actually deserve? The clock starts right now. Will you accept the challenge for the next 7 days?